everyone, how are you doing today? My name is Karina and welcome back to Ready Set Pan. Today I have an extremely exciting intro video for you guys. This is going to be for a year-long Project Pan, and this is once again another Fantastic Ladies collaboration. You guys have seen me do This Is Fantasy. It is there for the third year. That, of course, was created by Wonder in Alleyland, and she has come up with a new project. This is a Dungeons and Dragons Project Pan. So of course I've got my big D20 here. Myself, of course, I have played Dungeons and Dragons. I was mainly a 4th edition kind of girl. I have played a little bit of 5th, but because of my master's degree and with it being about fantasy literature, Dungeons and Dragons, popular culture, I also did a lot of research into the history of D&D. So all of the history, the different editions, how the rules affected gameplay, affected racial identity and gameplay, and all of these fun things. So I was very excited when I saw this project, and I'm like, yes, I am going to do this. Again, this was created by Ally, so Wonder in Alleyland. This is going to be a year-long project with monthly updates. So starting on October 15th and ending on October 14th. This is going to be a rolling style project, so as you meet a goal, you're going to bring in something else. And of course, this is campaign style. So of course, Dungeons and Dragons campaigns can literally last years. I've done several that have lasted literally that long. So I have kind of kept that theme in mind, as well as kind of what I tend to default to the first time that I play a new fantasy role-playing game, etc. So we have a whole bunch of rules, so let's work our way through them. So we have a campaign, we have to defeat the task at hand, or in other words, meet your panning goals. We're going to choose one product from each of those categories, and of course, once you meet your goal, you're going to roll in a replacement. Now there is an exception to that, we will talk about that momentarily, and of course, there is, in the description box down below, a Google list, so the prompts, who's all doing this project, all of that good stuff. I'm gonna go over the project rules now. It is a little bit complicated, but I will try to do the best that I can for you. Step 1, you choose your race. So of course, what kind of creature are you in this particular campaign that you're doing? Are you a dwarf? Are you a human? Are you a tiefling? So first off, of course, you choose what you are. And the second thing you're going to do is choose your class. So for example, are you a rogue? Are you a cleric? Are you a fighter or barbarian? So basically, what kind of skills do you have? What's your fighting style? All of that good stuff. From there, of course, you can't have an epic adventure without choosing where you're going to. So again, all of these do have a whole list associated with them. So where are you going to go? There's descriptions for all of that. Then, not only are you going places, but Dungeons and Dragons, one of the best things about that game is the combat. That's my personal favorite. So what are you going to fight? Who is your monster or your villain? But of course, you don't go without help. So the 5th thing that you're going to be choosing from is an item to help you on your journey. So whether it's boots of speed, whether it's a hat of disguise, or whether it's a sovereign clue, right? We've got lots of different possibilities. Again, for all of these, once you finish the prompt, you get to roll in a new item, with the exception of your race class combination. You do have to finish both of those things to be able to move on to something else. So let's say, for example, I was to finish my race item, but I didn't finish my class, right? Class would stay in, and I would roll something in else to replace my first one. So that's how it works. A little bit complicated, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's a year-long project, and of course, it's D&D themed. So we're going to dive in now to what I had picked for this particular project. Step 1, choose your race. Anytime I play a new fantasy game, I play the elf, right? The elves are my favorite fantasy mythological creature, so that is what I always go for first. I have played a whole bunch of other races in D&D, but we're going with classic. The description for the prompt of the e.l.f. is a product in a pen style. So something that is pen-like, but it gives the sense of permanence because, of course, you guys know how long the elves live. Like a very long time, and in most fantasy realms, they are immortal. So to help kind of meet this elven requirement, I've got something that's long-lasting. You never know when it's going to end, and it's a little bit scary for me. That, of course, is a liquid eyeliner. This one is from Seraphine Botanicals. This is the Luna liner, water-resistant liquid liner. Again, it also fits the elven theme, right? The moon, the stars, the night sky. That's important in a lot of different elvish mythologies, backgrounds, cultures, etc. This is one of your basic liquid liners. It is quite nice. This is the one I've been using for quite a while. But of course, liquid liners, you cannot tell at all how they're doing, how close they are being done. This could be done with my next use, or it could take me beyond the scope of this project, which, remember, is a whole year long. Black eyeliner is not something I use every day. So, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Because it is an elf, and again, elves live basically forever, the goal is going to be to finish it. I don't know if that's going to be possible, but I am going to try. All right, step number 2, I had to pick my class. Now, normally, again, what I always kind of default to first, the archer. All right, I love the bow and arrow. Like, that's my favorite in these types of games. Generally, the archer falls under the category of the ranger, but the description for the ranger for this project is a dual-ended product. So, because, of course, a lot of rangers dual-wield weapons, which gives more the melee fighter kind of style, right? Your Driss do Erden styles, rather than the archer. So I opted to instead go with another class that I've played a little bit of, and that, of course, is the Druid. The Druid, right, these are sometimes magic casters, sometimes they're shapeshifters, and they do the melee combat. The Druid here for the prompt is a nature-themed item. So I picked something that I am wearing for the very first time today. That is all over the eyelid. That is this liquid eyeshadow because I feel like I need to get going more on my liquid eyeshadows. This is the Mary Kay liquid eyeshadow, and where it comes to the nature theme is the name with the name Light Beam. Again, very appropriate once again for the elves as well. So I thought, you know, the elf Druid, nice little combo there. You can see here there is a little bit of that separation, settling. On this side is completely full. I have used it once. That's it. And it is on my eyelids today. So we got a nice little doe foot applicator, kind of like a nice little champagne-y kind of color. And again, for most D&D characters, you can multi-class, but generally you play the same class all the way through. At least that is in my experience and the people I've played with. So again, I was trying to pick something that's more of a long-term based on my personal play style. So the goal of this is also going to be to finish it. Plus, maybe I could do a nice combination between the eyeliner and this, which I should have worn the eyeliner today. Whoops, my bad. But that's going to be the goal. I want to finish this guy. It's probably going to take quite a while, but it's okay because it's a year-long project and D&D campaigns take a long time. Now, where are we traveling to? Lots of fun options, right? The comfy cabin, the darkened cave, the tomb of the lost, but of course, going with that very elven theme, I have decided to go with the prompt of the Forbidden Forest. I have a nice little Lord of the Rings moment there. So the Forbidden Forest, you're going to pick a green item. So I've got a product that is green and the packaging is green. And this is something I am wanting to pan, but I'm also really nervous about rolling it in because it is a bit of a conflict with something that is in Skin is In. What I'm rolling in for the Forbidden Forest? This guy right here. This, I believe, is a discontinued product. This is the Glow recipe. This is their Avocado Melt Retinol Sleeping Mask. This is green. Oh, there's the lid on there. This is green, as you guys can see, and I'll have a video so you can see it better. But generally, if we're working our way around, I have about this much left, but that is at the widest point of this little jar. Now, avocado. I don't like avocados. Millennial, who doesn't like avocados? Can you imagine it? My goodness. So it's got just an okay scent to me. It's not a bad scent, but it's not super appealing to me either. I'd rather reach for my Watermelon Glow Sleeping Mask. But this one has retinol, so it is nice to have that option. I do prefer to get my retinol in one format night, so if I was to use this, I would not be using my retinol serum in the same night. So that's made it difficult to use. This has a... Does it tell me? It does not. I assume a year after opening, and it's been open for longer than that, so I want to get this guy done. There's, what, a third, maybe, of this left? I don't know, but goal is going to be to finish the Forbidden Forest. Those are definitely going to be more challenging items for me, so I wanted to still have some potentially easier things. The next item that we do, of course, is your monster. So what are you going to be fighting? So are you going to be fighting a guard, a lich, a human, or really funny, gelatinous cube? I decided, of course, this is the first D&D campaign, so you gotta go for the big traditional thing that people go to fight, the dragon. The dragon, of course, is a large product, has a lot of stuff in it. So I opted for something that, it is big, and maybe it's not as big of a dragon as I initially thought it was. This huge puppy, this is the Avene Thermal Spring Water. It has 300 grams. So this is one of those hydrating mist spray things. I like using this after I come out of the shower, you know, rehydrate the face a little bit, then do all my body care, then do my skincare, and get ready to go to bed because I shower at night. Now, initially, I wanted to plan this one out for the dragon because look how big it is. It's going to take me a while to go through this. But I've been using it the past month, I want to say, and I'm going to keep going with it. So I'm actually here-ish. It's kind of based on, you know, doing this, doing a little bit of this. That seems-ish to be where I am. So this dragon, instead of being an adult, an ancient dragon, because, you know, those are really hard to fight. They got a lot more health, abilities, defenses. This might end up being a young dragon. So, you know, not too bad for our first monster fight. So that's what I'm going to roll in. And again, the goal is going to be to finish this. I don't think that's going to be too hard. I don't think that could happen in the next month. But who knows? Maybe I'll be surprised. And the last item. So this is going to be the thing that's going to help you out. So again, whole variety of items, or magical items in this case, to help you out on your journey. I opted to pick the Deck of Illusions. Now the Deck of Illusions is a really exciting prompt because it kind of draws inspiration from a Deck of Panning. If you're not familiar, Deck of Panning is another project pan created by Emily and Max. It's another year-long project where essentially you take a deck of cards and every month you have a different prompt associated with that card, with the exception of the face cards. That inspiration is basically carried over into this project in terms of you have your Deck of Illusions and you randomly draw a card and that's going to have a prompt. But that prompt is going to stay for the entire year. It's not going to change. I really love Deck of Panning. I do that project, so if you enjoy that project pan, make sure you check it out. I did start that project late this year, but I've been doing very well with it, and that update is coming up on the 20th. But the Deck of Illusions, I have already drawn the card, just planning things out in advance, and I ended up drawing the face card. Basically the card associated with face product. That literally means anything. Like, there's no prompt description. So I just took it as anything to do with it goes on your face. So I opted, because I got a lot of big items, I wanted something smaller that I could hopefully get done for our first update, because I do tend to prefer to want to have at least one thing rolling in and out every single time. So I opted for this guy as my face product. This is the Origins. This is the Mega Mushroom Relief and Resilience Soothing Treatment Lotion. Now, do not be fooled by that name, as I was. I have not used this before, so again, if I end up not liking this, I reserve the right to veto it out. But this is actually used as the first step in your skincare routine, at least according to the How to Use It page on Sephora. This is essentially like a prep step, so kind of like the Vichy Booster you've seen me use in a project before. This goes before your moisturizers, before your serums, before your toners and essences, and after your cleanser. So this is kind of like your first priming step. I love my mushrooms, so let's see. I haven't even opened this bubbly. I've been shaking it. Okay, it's got a scent. It's not mushroom scent. I don't know what that is. But it's a nice little cute little vial kind of thing. It kind of fits the D&D theme. Also green. Also could have been a Forbidden Forest item. Oh my goodness. But yeah, this is a 1 fluid ounce sample. That's probably going to take me a month, maybe longer to use. We'll find out. But this is going to be my Deck of Illusions item. Those are my 5 items that I've rolled in for this D&D intro. So I'm super excited about it. Again, we do have some mix. There is a little bit of makeup in here. There is some skincare in here. But it's all about what's going to fit the prompt and, of course, what I have going on in all of my other project pans. If you are a big fan of Wonder and Alleyland, again, make sure you check out her channel. Make sure you check out This Is Fantasy because, of course, round 3 has started. My intro is already up on the channel, so do check that out in case you missed it. And we will progress. I'll see you guys in 1 month to see where I get to with all of these items. So we'll see. I have already talked about my goals already. I didn't quite have a nice little separate goal section. Apologies. But that is where we're going to leave it for today. So thank you so much for joining me for this very excited intro. Don't worry, the D20, it'll be back next month for us. And I will let me know all of your thoughts down in the comments below. And of course, I will see you guys for my next video very soon. Have a wonderful day.